Hi, Internet. I'm John Appleseed. Thanks for joining me as we tackle the Saturday Stumper Crossword puzzle. Posted every Saturday on a variety of platforms. You can find it with a Google search. Always edited by Stanley Newman and always meant to be more difficult than your typical Saturday or Sunday New York Times crossword puzzle. And that's certainly been borne out in my experience. There are a variety of constructors, and we've got Matthew Sewell today, but Stanley Newman always edits it. And let's see what we've got today. Let's hope we do better. I will usually require 2 or 3 hints revealing some answers at the end in order to completely fill in the grid, but maybe today will be one of those rare occasions when I get it with no hints. One across is Rainforest Flyer. Don't know. One down is Venerable Entertainment Threesomes. Venerable Entertainment Threesomes. Don't know what that means. 2 down, Sprightliness. Nope. 3 down is Provincial Accumulation. 4 down is Outlet Advisory. A warning on an electrical outlet, maybe. 5 down, Strategic Compilation. Nope. 14 down is Strike Together. Strike Together like... Bell, let me pour myself some water in my tumbler in case my throat gets dry, as often happens. Strike Together, I don't know what that means. 17 across Little Things. 20 across Chops these days. An updated term for chops. Well, Outlet Advisory. 18 down is Convey in a Way. No. 6 down, Discordant Descent. A way of saying no that is discordant or unpleasant to the ears. 15 across is Readily Mobilized up to 73. Could that be something to do with your draft status, which I think ended around then? So I think the most likely to be drafted was 1A. 17 across is Little Things, and 20 across Chops these days. 6 down, Common Forecast Frequency. Like a daily forecast? A weekly forecast? Is it something like that? Or radio frequency? I think it's how often a forecast is done, and I would think that would be daily or monthly. With that O, doesn't fit. Seven down. Partial lunch hour. Partial lunch order. Eight down is Far from Great. Great can be numerically great, and few would be the opposite of that. Great and few, maybe. 9 down, Final Warning. And Discordant Descent for 6 across. Little Things, ending in S, possibly. Doesn't help. Okay, let's try this corner. 10 across, Mossy. No, 16 across, Suspicion Metaphor. A veil of suspicion, is that a phrase? 19 across, Clear Plate. Under a cloud, I think, is what I'm thinking of. He's under a cloud. He's under suspicion. Clear Plate for 19 across. Yeah, to clear your plate is to eat all your veggies. 21 across, Sinks Easily. It plummets. Something like that. Oh. We'll see. 11 down. Not much to add. 12 down, Sophia's Close Kin. Is Sophia maybe a Greek name, or we're looking for the name of a Greek relative, or Is Sophia, is it Sophie or another name that could be related to Sophia? Sophia, I think, means wisdom. Yeah, I'm not sure. 13 down. Who succeeded Bob as Senate Majority Leader in 2001? Is that when Chuck Schumer came in? Chuck would fit. Mossy ending in C. Suspicion metaphor ending in H. No, I don't think it's Chuck. I don't know which party had the majority in the Senate in 2001. I feel like it was Republicans, but I don't remember. Sinks easily. Probably an S here. We're looking for a first name. Bob is a first name for 13 down. All right, this is Saturday Stumper. We're off to a roaring start as usual. Let's try here. 23 across, 90s nifty. Rad was a way to say something was cool or to approve of something in the 90s. 26 across with strict formality. Might end in LY. And I think 6 down is probably going to end in LY as well. So let's put those in just in case it helps. 29 across, drops containers. Eye drops are usually put in droppers. Nope. 34 across, not a large mount. Mount can be something you ride on. So a pony might be a mount that is smaller than a horse. 38 across, French restaurant supplier. Probably a purveyor of some food that is stereotypically served in a French restaurant, like a vineyard or something. 23 down, quick comebacks. I want that to end in an S. 2 down, sprightliness. I'm doubting pony now. Provincial accumulation. 27 down, Nintendo's Pilot Wings, for example. Sounds like the name of a game. Drops containers. 39 down, pork blank. 35 across, certain chess piece evocation. Evocation of a chess piece. Don't know what that means. 25 down, nice hue. Well, 24 across, disbelievers hyperbole. I can't believe it. I am stunned, floored, something like that. Sinks easily. 28 across is hustles. Runs might fit, certainly might end in an S. 30 across, followed the sun, sort of. I'm not sure about that one. 37 across, Sophia's capital since 2026. Sofia as a city is the capital of Bulgaria. Did they maybe enter the Eurozone in 2026? The capital could be their currency, their money. So whatever the currency of Bulgaria might have been replaced by the euro in 2026. That's kind of a guess. 40 across, give into. Nope, 42 across, revolutionary flyer. Didn't we have something about a flyer up here? Rainforest flyer. So I'm thinking that's a bird in the rainforest. What is a revolutionary flyer? No. 44 across, Brouwerij product. I'm guessing that is the Dutch word for brewery. So we're looking for a Dutch beer like Amstel. Needs to be quite long. Amstel beer, maybe? I don't know, is there a Dutch gin, I think, is Dutch. I don't know. 49 across gets into a row or a row, an argument, or it could just be line up. Put things in a row is to line them up. 52 across, she's featured in Fun in Acapulco. This looks like a hidden to me. The name Nina appears in that phrase, Fun in Acapulco. 56 across, Audible Pardon. No, 59 across is teaser. We have a teaser rate as a promotional offer. 44 down, flavorless. Bland would fit if both lineup and Nina are wrong. 45 down, whom Cotton contacted for educational assistance in 1718. Cotton Mather was a prominent preacher, roughly in that time frame. I don't know exactly when he was active. Another first name, maybe. 46 down, jacket made of paper. Like a book jacket. And 27 down was Nintendo's Pilot Wings. It could end in game if we took out lineup and left Nina in, which I'm pretty confident about. What if this were game? Whoops, this is where the E goes. This is blank. I was going to put in argues for gets into a row, but no, that's not going to fit where the G is. Ahem. Pardon me, you're asking for pardon? For audible pardon? I was thinking it was going to be, I grant you forgiveness in an audible way, but maybe you're asking for pardon there. 59 across. Let's try teaser rate. Then flavorless. No. The founder of Yale was Elihu Root, I know from crosswords. So Cotton Mather might have been educated at Yale around 1718. I'm thinking Cotton Mather. I'm thinking education in that era might be Yale. Let's try Elihu. And that fits with Nina and Ahem. Then a teaser could be like a little taste of something. Banal, maybe, for flavorless. Okay, I'm feeling more confident about that. So is this beer something for the Brouwerij product? Gets into a row, aligns. That is the line-up sense of gets into a row I was thinking of. A liner, you could have a paper liner in something, and then teaser could be a lure. You're teasing something, a fish or whatever, into whatever you're trying to do. Okay. So maybe there's a Belgian beer. Brouwerij is Dutch, but they speak Flemish, which is closely related to Dutch in parts of Belgium. Maybe it's a Belgian beer. Let's try that. So then this is some kind of game that ends in G, some kind of ing game, a flying game. Would Pilot Wings gives us that connotation for the name of the game. 39 down is pork loin. 41 across, out of bounds. No-go. It's a no-go area. It's out of bounds. 36 down, blank hand. Not on hand. Noon hand. No, that doesn't fit. 35 down, very big name. A megastar would be a very very popular celebrity. Certain chess piece evocation for 35 across. No, and 38 across. French restaurant supplier. $30 down is foul territory. Foul could be unpleasant here. Replaced with a foul odor, maybe. No. If I could get this restaurant supplier, that would surely help with these. 23 down, quick comebacks. That's got to be an S, right? Iron hand, iron fist. ERE is a French ending, something lair. Let's try iron hand. I'm not sure about that. Chess piece evocation. So the bishop in chess that has the stereotypical shape of the bishop evokes a bishop's mitre, which is the hat that the bishop wears. It could also use is it always spelled with an R-E? That's the British spelling, I imagine. Foul territory. Could that be a pig sty? Okay, then something would be a supplier of something. A fishery, an oistellery. Yeah, I think that's right. Followed the sun, sort of. 25 down is nice hue, or Nice hue. Nice is on the Côte d'Azur, the Azure Coast in French. Okay, so French is helping me a little bit here. Bergère d'Azur, infini. 28 across, hustles. Zips, moves quickly. Followed the sun. Moving west, or went south, moved to Arizona, moved to Florida, as I did, to follow the sun. Final warning for 9 down. No, can we get 24 across? Disbelievers hyperbole. Now 22 down is ceaselessly, quickly. So a shortened word that means ceaselessly, endless, ever. No. Well, we made some progress down here. I'm pretty confident about these in this corner. Does the beer help us with the downs here? 47 down, undoings. Your bane could be your undoing, I guess. Banes might fit. 42 down, spade topper. Is the handle of a spade, or is it a spade card? Do hearts top spades in some card game? 43 down, bring up. To rear a child, perfectionist precept for 50 across. Again, do it again and again. Nope, 53 across. British brass band, mainstays. So I think we're looking for a brass instrument, but we're going to spell it use a British spelling or a British name for something. Tenor saxes kind of fits, but why would it have to be British? 57 across is Chromebook Company. Acer is a laptop manufacturer. 60 across, limonada blank, a bebida refrescante. A refreshing drink in Spanish could be limonada rosa, pink lemonade. An eco-thriller is a thing I've heard of. Cli-fi subgenre. I guess that's climate fiction. I haven't heard of that subgenre, but yeah, climate would fit with an eco-thriller. Let's try a tenor something. I don't know what the British angle is there. 42 down. Spade topper. Sam Spade, the fictional detective, wore a fedora hat. All right. Perfectionist precept. A rule that a perfectionist would live by would be, I don't know. 42 across, revolutionary flyer. An innovative type of aircraft, or does revolutionary tell us to spell something backwards maybe? Been heavily influenced by doing cryptic crosswords recently, which is why I got Nina so quickly, I think. Hiddens are kind of my weakness for that genre of crossword. A perfectionist precept, I don't know. Tenor, I think tenor is the beginning. 40 down, Jules Verne, the French science fiction author. Albatross. I'm guessing that's an airship. I don't remember that, but I don't remember an albatross or an airship really from any Jules Verne's books. I think maybe in Around the World in 80 Days there was a hot air balloon involved. Maybe that's what that is. Give into for 40 across. Exceed. But why is it? Why is there a question mark? It's a little bit jokey. Agree? Yeah, kind of a questionable definition of give into. I agree. I give into your demands. But a revolutionary flyer, a frisbee, is something that revolves as it flies. I think that's what that is. Okay, 48 across, where fans are briefly found. I think, yeah, maybe an abbreviated word for fans. I'm not sure what that would be. Perfectionist, a dash. Tenor horns could be brass band mainstays. Are British bands known for using a heavy tenor section, maybe? 51 down, fuss. No, 58 across is consummate. Is to bring something to completion, or consummate. Consummate I think that's how you pronounce it when it's used as an adjective. And I think it means ideal, the epiphany, or the epitome. Epitome is whatever of what you're talking about, the ideal. Will I ever find the girl in my mind, the one who is my ideal? Maybe she's a dream, and yet she might be right around the corner waiting for me. 61 across is who orders Tom's whitewashing? And it's not Pearl. It's so Tom. I think this is a reference to Tom Sawyer, who had to whitewash the fence, and he tricked Huckleberry Finn into doing it for him, and it was his aunt. And I was thinking Aunt Pearl, but that's not right. It's Aunt Polly, I think, was the aunt in that book. 51 down. Fuss, a to-do. 31 down is tiki bar cocktail served in a wooden container. Is it some kind of barrel? Like maybe a rum barrel? Perfectionist precept. I think I've got something wrong here. 32 down is key catalyst in America's Western expansion. America's westward expansion, key catalyst. Kind of deal? 33 down, spoils with on. Okay, like a grandparent might dote on their child, spoiling them. Okay, let's take out agree. Give into, admit. You give someone admission to a place, you let them in. Then we get rum barrel, which could be a rum drink that is served in a barrel, a wooden container, okay? Ad astra, to the stars, ad astra per aspera. Okay, to the stars might be a perfectionist precept, I guess. Where fans are briefly found in air conditioners. The Erie Canal, 15 miles on the Erie Canal, was a key factor in expanding America into the Midwest. Okay. Followed the sun. Sort of. Do all these others make sense? Euro, admit, frisbee, air conditioners, rum barrel, and Erie Canal. Yes. Okay. So I think we've got the bottom corners done. Let's see if we can get this one. Followed the sun. Is it sutured? Sunbathed? Nope. 22 down, ceaselessly. And 10 down is sprinkling of yogurt-based dressings. Would there be some kind of seed sprinkled in a yogurt-based dressing? I've been adding chia seeds to some of my salads in order to get more fiber, but I don't think that's the answer here. Summered. Where do you summer? Yeah, you might follow the sun to a new location for the summertime. Yeah, I like that. Final warning. Got time, and then time. And ceaselessly. Maybe zips is wrong. I like azure. I like summered. I think that makes a lot of sense for follow the sun, sort of. Ceaselessly. And final warning is a warning about a final exam, or it has a question mark. There's going to be a little bit jokiness to it. All right, well, we did pretty well in the bottom half. Maybe a snailery is where a French restaurant might order its snails from. That is a new word for me, but it makes sense, right? Quick comebacks. Not a large, no. Yeah, not a large amount. Well, I like that Y. Quips. Could quips be quick comebacks? Then with strict formality, drops containers. Over 23 across, 90s nifty. Yeah. Sprightliness. And 3 down was provincial accumulation. I just don't know what that means. 18 down, convey in a way. When you buy a house, things convey with the house. Does it have something to do with that? It's got to be daily, weekly, or monthly, or quarterly, or yearly. Maybe 1A is incorrect. Weekly forecast, maybe. A whale of descent. Like whale. Whale gives us a sense of discordant, like a banshee wail. Don't really associate it with descent, but could be. Readily mobilized, up to 73. Chops these days, like pork chops? Is it some kind of steaks? Chops can mean respect or skill at doing something. He's got the chops. Disbelievers hyperbole. Nope. Partial lunch order. Like a half sandwich or something like that. Partial lunch order. Far from great. Ill. How you're feeling. I feel ill. I feel far from great. This is the last time I'm going to tell you. It's your final warning. Man, would zips go back in for hustles? Then is this something per minute or per mile, ceaselessly? AM, PM. Yeah, we're going to do it AM, PM, day and night. Yeah, I like that. Okay, that makes sense with zips and AM, PM and summered. Okay, those make sense then. Sinks easily. And disbelievers hyperbole. Some kind of seeds for the yogurt-based dressing. What kind of seeds do they use? Sesame seeds? Does that fit? It does. Okay, let's try that. No, it doesn't fit. What other kinds of seeds? Tahini? No. Mossy. Clear plate. All right, we're going at it for 33 minutes here. Sometimes at this stage, I get one thing and it just really clicks and opens up a whole thing. Could this be Ella? Little things. Discordant descent. All right. What are seeds that gets... Sesame seeds really the only thing I can think of. Flax seeds, chia seeds. Sesame seeds makes a lot of sense, but it doesn't fit. Okay, I may have to use... If I'm going to use a hint, it's going to be that. That's something I could easily look up. Not much to add. Sophia's close kin. I've got to figure out what that is getting at. Is it maybe the Greek word for knowledge and wisdom? Sophia meaning wisdom in Greek, I believe. wisdom and... Or is there a Princess Sophia that is well known, a Queen Sophia? Sophia Loren. No. All right, let me just look at these one more time before I give up and start looking at a hint. Rainforest Flyer. Parrot. Strike Together. Little Things. Chops. 90s Nifty. Thought Rad was that, but I can't think of quick comebacks. With strict formality. Okay, let's find out what kind of seeds are sprinkled in yogurt-based dressings. Poppy seeds. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. If I had some of these crossing letters, I probably could have come up with that. Okay, mossy. Peat. P-E-A-T. Peat and moss kind of go together, but it's not an adjective. The something of suspicion. Clear plate. A window pane is a clear plate of glass. Sinks easily. We're talking about a golf putt here. You might tap it in to sink it easily into the hole. Okay. Not much to add. The least amount you can add would be not much. I'm not sure about that. Um, 12-ounce Sophia's close kin. And the Senate Majority Leader in 2001. Yeah, I don't think least is right. So the disbeliever's hyperbole, like I fell on my face, or I lost my something. My eye, I can't believe my eye. Oh, I could also look up who the Majority Leader was in 2001. Let's look at that one. That's our second one. Okay, Trent Lott. Yep. Okay. That doesn't make sense. My bet, my nut, my disbeliever's hyperbole. Let's try Pete as mossy. Suspicion. Is it over? Not much to add. Okay, that didn't really help. I don't know that weekly is correct for the forecast frequency. Rainforest flyer. If I looked up birds in the rainforest, what would I get? Macaw. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. one down is Venerable Entertainment Threesome. The Three Stooges. The three... what? Two down, Sprightliness. Agility. Provincial accumulation. Do provinces accumulate? Outlet advisory. In a shopping outlet, a mall, you might have an as-is warning that you can't return it or whatever. Strategic compilation. A war plan, maybe. I can kind of see strategic going there with war. Strike together. Little things. And chops. Is this look at my drops containers. Let's take out war plan. Is it a war? I got to use another hint. Strike together. Little things. Stiffly, with strict formality. Quick comebacks, ASAPs. Do this as soon as possible. I want it back to me as soon as possible. So I need an TION for the sprightliness. Down, convey in a way. To tell a story is to convey the information. All, what is the disbeliever's hyperbole? I'll eat my hat. If that's true, I'll eat my hat. Okay, I like that. Then what is 5 down? Strategic compilation. Maybe take out, maybe it's not war, maybe it's tell looks right. Little things. If we took out weekly, a dash of something is you add it to the recipe, but not much of it. Then mossy, an odor of suspicion. I smell a rat. That is the metaphor. Okay. Maybe Sophia is a region of Greece that is by Ionia. Then mossy is not hate. It is odor of suspicion. I smell a rat. Pain. Taps in. I'll eat my hat. Now I've got to run through the alphabet in my mind here. I feel like it is Ionia, but I don't understand mossy. Hijkl, pant, PQ, part. TUVW XYZ. Okay. Past is a word. Like, might have something to do with a moss-covered tree is kind of an older tree, or a rolling stone gathers no moss. It gives a sense of something that is experienced, been around for a while. That could be past. And then Sonia and Sophia are names that are, the spelling is close to each other. Maybe that's what it is. I've got it wrong. I don't know what else it would be. Would an apple be a partial lunch order? Forecast frequency. Like tell there. Sprightliness. And what are drops containers? Aeoles? All right, I think I'm going to need one more hint. Let's just reveal little things. Miniatures. So then what is the forecast frequency? An hourly forecast. Okay, didn't think of anything shorter than a day. Then you were met with a hail of no's, a discordant dissent. All right, then 1A goes back in. I think that's one of the first things I put in the puzzle. No, on rye is part of a lunch order. A howl of dissent. We for far from great. Okay, I had few in there. That's the same thing that I was thinking of. All right, hourly forecast. Wow. Okay, chops these days. Mastery is chops, skill. Then strategic compilation of war plans, kind of what I think. Yeah, what ifs. A compilation of what ifs gives your strategy for how you're going to deal with possible contingencies. Strike together, to clash, maybe. MCM. That's MGM is a Metro Goldwyn Mayer, a movie studio. Okay, that could be a venerable entertainment threesome. Then Gnash, like teeth. Sprightliness could be animation. You have to move quickly. Gnash. Is it something to do with Canada? Canada has provinces rather than states. And that would take... Quick comebacks are comebacks to an invitation. RSVPs. I didn't understand that. Vials for dropper containers. Rad goes back in. And Canadiana are things associated with Canada, like Americana, but Canadiana. So I think Rad goes back in, and D will finish the puzzle. There we go. How many things did I have to reveal here? I had to reveal macaw. I revealed miniatures. That's 2. poppy seed, 3, and I think there was one more. I think there was maybe, oh, Trent Lott. Yeah, so that's four reveals. I'm not getting any better at the Saturday Stumper. Sometimes I get lucky, and I think maybe once in the last year I've been able to solve it with no hints, but wow, it's always a difficult puzzle. I think all of these clues were fair except past and mossy. I'm not sure I'm understanding that one correctly. Is it just something is old? It's gathered moss, so it has a past. Maybe 1A. I liked that, but I should have been able to get hourly. It's a period of time. I knew what the answer was. I knew it was something like that, but somehow I thought daily was like the shortest amount of time you would go between forecasts. But hourly forecast certainly makes a lot of sense. Canadiana didn't make any sense to me until I got it figured out. RSVPs, I was not thinking about that in the correct way. Summered was hard for me to get until I thought about that sense of where do you summer. And snailery is an interesting word. Makes sense with the clue, and I don't understand why tenor horns are mainstays of a British brass band. I'm not a musician, so I don't really know. All right, let me know how you did with this one, what you thought of these clues, maybe especially the ones I was complaining about. Did you find those difficult, or did you come to those pretty quickly? I bet you got hourly before I did. Okay, thanks for joining me. Please come back for more puzzles and games, and I'll see you next time.